Hi everybody,
Marta Debayle.
it's Ringo.
It's great to have you on the show.
My name is...
Marta, my dear.
Oh, that's your name, darling. How lovely.
Hola a todos, bienvenidos a esta entrevista muy especial. Creo que para todos los que somos amantes de la música, pero por sobre todas las cosas, para todos los que son fans de Hueso Colorado de The Beatles. Hoy en exclusiva para México tenemos a Ringo Starr desde Los Ángeles, California, porque resulta ser que Ringo, que es muy activo, es de hecho impresionante, que tiene 80 años y se ve espectacular. Está por lanzar su nuevo EP el 19 de marzo que se llama Zoom In. Vamos a hablar de este nuevo álbum con él. Vamos a hablar del nuevo documental de Peter Jackson que sale el próximo mes de agosto de este año, de The Beatles Get Back. Y también vamos a hablar del lanzamiento de pues la historia de más de 30 años de Ringo Starr y su All Star Band, que es este libro que ha sido la sensación, un libro de colección que se editó en el mes de diciembre. Todo eso hoy aquí. Ringo, my dear, I am the original. Martha, my dear.
Oh, that's your name, darling. How lovely.
How are you? It's great to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you. I'm just changing a tweet I did. I went and said, it was 50 years ago today we did Ed Sullivan's show in America, and 18,000 people have said, you don't even know what day it is. It was 57 years ago.
Oh my God, 57 years ago. You know what? There is one thing. I was like scrolling through your Instagram and I'm shocked. You're
What?
8 years old, Ringo?
Yeah.
You look 60. You look
What?
55.
What do you say?
You look my age. I'm 53.
Yeah, you're not 53. You look 21.
Yeah, but you look 55. I mean, you're amazing. You're amazing. I cannot get over the fact that you're 80. I just
Okay. Well, you have to get over the fact because it's true.
It's amazing. You look fantastic. And I think that one of the reasons must be your joy of life and how you keep yourself busy nonstop.
I do. And it is joy of life. And it's doing what I love to do. I love to play, I always, when I'm asked that question, when I was 13, ill in hospital, they gave, to keep us busy because we were bedridden for 10 months. To keep us busy.
Why was that?
I had tuberculosis.
Oh my God.
And a teacher came in with little triangles, maracas, and little teeny drums. And she would point to, she had a big thing up. If she pointed at the red dot, you hit the drum. The green dot was the tambourine. And she gave me this little drum. And from that minute, it's still so big in my mind, my life. I only wanted to be a drummer from that second. And guess what? It worked out well.
And guess what? You're one of the best ever.
No, I'm the greatest.
Oh yeah, so we're very excited. I have so many things to talk to you about.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's start with the latest. So Zoom In is coming soon, March 19th.
Yeah.
All very excited. And I'm an amazing music lover, so I did my very intense research on everybody that was on and everybody that was playing as well. So
Wow.
It's not only, Sir Paul McCartney and Corinne Bale, Sheryl Crow, Phineas, Dave Grohl, Lenny Kravitz, Nathan East, Steve Lukather,
Yeah.
Walsh. It's an amazing lineup. So how you picked out the guests?
Well, the track was written by, the track that all those guys are on was written by Diane Warren, an amazing songwriter. Anyway, I keep, because it's so early in 21, I keep missing a year. Like 2 years ago, 18 months ago, I had my last CD out called What's My Name. And I said, that's it, no more CDs. And I sat at home and, you know, hung out. All right, then I'm going to make an EP. That's only 4 tracks. I don't have to look too far. And we started with actually with Zoom In, the track Zoom In, that my engineer, he's also a producer, but he's an engineer for me. A friend of his in his neighborhood wrote the song Zoom In and had a basic track of it. And so I thought, well, yeah, let's go. I mean, in this day and age, on the record, the Zoom In is like the camera zoom. But actually, I'm doing everything on Zoom. You know, nobody's meeting up anymore. There's no hugs going down. We're all on Zoom. So it relates to both worlds.
Absolutely.
And I thought, well, let's do an EP. I called Diane. She sent that song, Here's to the Nights. And what was so great, the end just sounded like it should be a big chorus. It's like We Are the World, you know. And so we had a discussion, and she said, well, I'm going to get a lot of people for the end. I said, okay, well, you get your people and I'll get my people. Okay. And so I started with Paul. I went to Dave Grohl, Ben Harper, Sheryl Crow, Jenny Lewis. I hope I'm not missing anybody. And she went with her crowd. Everybody was so great.
So who did she pick?
Well, she got Corinne Bailey Ray, who on the video is dynamite because she just went for it. Lenny Kravitz just went for it. You know, I love that attitude. Everyone else was good, but you know, Cheryl was always great. She's a beauty. I did a few phone calls. She did a few phone calls. I don't know if she was rejected. I was only rejected once, and I can handle that. And so I started with Paul, and he said, okay. And that's how it started. So we got that huge chorus. So between the two of us, we did a great job.
That's amazing. I've always wondered, do you talk to Paul a lot? Do you like miss each other? Do you talk about the good old days?
I have to hide from him. He's always bugging me. Yeah, not every day. We don't talk every day. We are friends. We live in different countries. If we're in the same country, we always say hello. We probably have dinner. Or, you know, the last couple of times, once at the O2, I got up and played with him. And here at Dodger Stadium, I got up and played with him. And if I have a track on a CD I'm making, which we make here in this room, and he's in LA, he'll probably come over and bring his bass and play for me. So, you know, that's how it is now. It's not like we're, you know, like the Beatles were at the beginning, 24 hours a day, day and night. Now we have a bit of space.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is such an iconic interview for the whole country, and I feel very honored to have been chosen. I don't know if it's the first actual time you've given an interview to Mexico, but at least it's been a long, long, long time.
Well, you know, I should have been playing in Mexico last year.
I know.
And a lot of other places, and I have to get over that because, you know, I want to play. You know, I turn into a 5-year-old. I want to play. No, nobody's playing. And, you know, what amazes me is how little I knew and everybody knew. Because I remember in March telling the fans that, you know, I had a tour last year for May, June. I also had one for October, but we're dealing with the May, June one. And I said, I'll do them all the same dates next year, this year. And it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen here.
It's going on longer than anybody thought. You know, we didn't know how serious it was, you know. So there's nothing we can do about it. We just got to get on with it. But I'm blessed. I mean, you know, I do have my little studio here. I do have my gym.
Where are you physically right now?
I'm in my studio right now.
In what country?
Oh, in LA. I live in LA.
LA. You're in LA.
Yeah.
Great. So, a ver, let me ask you something, and let me revisit a little bit the past, and then we'll go back to zoom in. But do you think the Beatles said goodbye to each other at the right time, or now with age and experience in retrospective, do you think that was too soon?
I don't think it was too soon. I think, people don't understand that, we started out, we were lads together and we're going to the top and we're making great music, but there's that other life you lead as well. I mean, personally, I got married, I started in 65 to my first child. By 70, I had, 1970, that is, I had 3 kids, and Paul was doing that. John had met Yoko, that had changed something. George had got his life. So we also had, more things happening. I believe this is my story.
Yeah.
And I think, playing on the roof was a great thing. Well, at least we played together. And I think, in all honesty, it was the right time. 8 years we'd sort of done that together. And afterwards we'd done it, on my first the Ringo album. John's on it, George is on it, Paul's on Plastic Ono Band for John. I'm the drummer on the whole damn thing. So we were still, hanging, but we weren't as the Beatles now. We were like, it's Ringo and John. We all got our own names back.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, I think this is, who knew? I got a phone call on a Wednesday to play with this Liverpool band that I loved, and it went sky high. Who knew? Nobody knew. You do things in life, and sometimes you're really on the right path.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned something that I still believe it's one of the biggest, I don't know if it's a myth or it is one of the biggest taboos, but you mentioned Yoko and you said everything was different from that point.
I didn't mean it like that, though. You see, you're like everyone else. You take it the wrong way. Yoko and John were lovers, and that's how it was.
Everybody says, no, es que Yoko destroyed the Beatles. So why don't you get that straight?
Well, she didn't destroy the Beatles. I mean, it was strange. We walked into EMI and there was a bed in the room and Yoko was in it. We didn't know she was a visual artist. And that was strange because Maureen, my wife, I can talk about hers, if she came to the studio in 8 years, like added together for 2.5 hours, that was about it. But suddenly we had, this person, Yoko, and I went to John and I said, what's going on? And he said, which was great, he said, well, when you go home and Maureen says, well, what did you do today? And usually you say, oh, well, yeah, we did a few tracks, we had a laugh. And that's it. He says, Yoko and I want to know what we're both doing because we're in each other's company every second of the day. And I said, oh, okay, I understand that. And that's what they were doing. And it didn't really get in the way of the music. In fact, she joined the Beatles when we were doing the rehearsal for the Get Back movie. Because George had left. So he'd had an argument with Paul, so he left, It's like, we're 4 brothers. You have good days, lots of good days, and then you have a bad minute.
Of course. So, no, I have one more question. So we're super excited. The new EP, the date is March 19th. And, the book, which is so exciting that you launched in December. I'm sure that many people that are listening to the interview already have that book.
Yeah.
And there's something great also coming up, which is the Peter Jackson, The Beatles Get Back, which opens in theaters this coming August.
Peter Jackson, thank God. I mean, he decided to go along with us. He looked at the original documentary, which I've never liked. And I kept moaning, there's no joy in it, there's no fun. And, the 2 things I've seen, what he did with the roof show, when we were played on the roof, is now 43 minutes long. And also I was talking to Peter, telling him, there was a lot of joy when we were working, when we were doing that documentary. And he found footage. He used to come over to my house in LA and he'd say, look what I found. And we're laughing, we're having fun as a band. And that little teaser that came out is so great because you can see us. We are a band. We are laughing. We're having fun. We're like picking on each other. You know, it's like how it is. So I don't know what the end result is, but I'm sure I trust Peter, and so should you.
Oh, absolutely. We trust Peter. So what would you like to say to all the Mexican fans that will be watching this video and listening to this interview?
Yeah. What is that venue I play in Mexico City?
Is it el Estadio Azteca? Is it el Palacio de los Deportes?
I don't know. It's got about seats about 9,000 people. It's like in the city.
Oh, it's Auditorio Nacional. Was that it?
Yeah. Well, I should have been there again last year.
No, I
And
know.
I've done that venue twice now, 3 nights on the run. Mexico City loves me. And I love them. Peace and love, Mexico. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you in 2022. All the
Yeah.
best of luck with the new album.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye, Ringo.
Okay, bye.